Good afternoon, Big Brother fans. I actually recorded a CarCast this morning, and then I didn't post it, and then I thought, well, should I do it or not? Or then I didn't. So I thought, you know what? I'll just record a quick one on the way home tonight. I'll probably cut over and do a Periscope once I'm done recording this. So some of you will get a double dip really quick of me. What to tell you? I'm going to get you caught up. We did our podcast on Saturday. When we did our podcast on Saturday, of course, we didn't know what was going to be the results of the power of veto. Turns out that Kevin won it, which was kind of a shock. And as all of us expected, we didn't talk about it on the show that Christmas had volunteered to go up as a pawn if necessary. I don't think we mentioned that. As it turns out, that's what happened. So Christmas went back and said, I said I'd go up as a pawn. And so, yep, she's up as a pawn. So Kevin took himself off. And now Christmas is nominated next to Kaser. Kaser's going home. There's just no doubt about it. You can hold out every little slim, tiny bit of that you could hope. I mean, she's going to go a little bit wacky at some point, probably in the next couple of days. But in the end, you had 3 women voted out. There's no way they're voting out a 4th woman in a row. She's still loyal to Enzo. She's still loyal to Tyler and even Cody. I think they're going to keep her around no matter what she manages to do in the next couple of days to make it seem wonky. I don't think Kaser can save himself, so Kaser's going to go, which at this point is probably all for the best because look, they're not doing any major moves. We need to get rid of the outside edge players that I've never got into the alliances to start with and just get on right with the core group and let them battle it out. This is a roundabout person. You do not stop at a roundabout. You're supposed to go. Oh, and of course this person is going around in a roundabout, which you never do. Why are you going around in a roundabout? Oh, you were doing a U-turn. Okay. All right. It figures. You guys have roundabouts in your area? Some of you I know like on the East Coast, and some of you internationally have lots of roundabouts. We've added them in this area where I live over the last, 5 or 6 years probably. So most of the time you're used to it. But because of where I live and work, we get a large influx of new drivers every fall. And so it's always an experience when you get new people that aren't familiar with the area and are learning to drive, or learning to drive the area, or just plain learning to drive. Because we also get a large influx of new drivers every fall when you have people coming from elsewhere where they've never had to drive before, and now they have to drive around here. It's always an adventure. All right, so back to talking about Big Brother. So Christmas is going to be is safe. She's not going anywhere. Kaser's going to get voted out. Let's get on to the heart of it. The other thing to talk about that has happened since our podcast is we had someone last night yell over the wall, okay? Now, yelling over the wall while there's a time where I thought it was a cool thing, and maybe it's just because of the circumstances under when it's happened, when my particular favorites have not been doing well, and it's been like, oh, that'll stir things up, that'll screw things up. And I've been like, sure, let someone yell over the wall. Okay, yes, I granted, I have been all fired up about it. But this time, someone yelled over, and someone was like, this is the first time the person has made it unboring. It's like, no, they've yelled over the wall already. They yelled over the wall a week ago. Somebody yelled over the wall. This is not the first time. And the problem is that yelling over the wall, they are not, all they're doing is shutting off the feeds for 4 hours last night. So the feeds were down for just over 4 hours yesterday total, and most of that time was taken up by Big Brother shutting off the feeds because of the wall yeller, the person that yelled over the wall. And what it is that there is the actual studio itself, the actual Big Brother house is right up against one of the many aqueducts, right? Is that what it's called? One of the many the not real rivers in Los Angeles. It might be the Los Angeles River. I'm not sure which one it is. Someone will probably tell me. But anyways, it's a concrete river. It's the kind that you see the car chases on there occasionally and stuff. There's nothing to it. And it's usually dry. And so On the other side of that is an apartment complex, and people, once they figure it out, occasionally will show up at the apartment complex, and with a megaphone or some other device, they will yell loud things or launch drones or do many different things and disrupt the house, which is what they did yesterday. Someone yelled over the house. Cody and Nicole, or Nicole and Cody are playing everyone. That was the gist of it. So somebody trying to get Cody and Nicole in trouble. But you know what? It ain't going to affect this week at all. It's not going to affect this week. I mean, it might make Nicole a little bit, crazy, but it was not going to make a difference in the way this week played out. So all it did was cause the feeds to go down. I really don't think it damaged Cody or Nicole's game at all. People don't put much stock in it. What was funny is David said, how do they know something? Like, David doesn't even realize that people can see the fly feeds. I swear, he doesn't understand the live concept of the live feeds. I'm totally amazed. I'm amazed that he is on this show and he does not even understand how the live feeds work. After 2 seasons. What did he do all last year after he got out of the show? He didn't even watch the damn show or try to watch it on the feeds. I just don't get it. So, point is, I'm grumpy about the wall yeller. I really don't care, and I have a bunch of people jumping all over my case online about how it's at least brought some excitement to the show. It's like, no, it really hasn't. It hasn't. It was excitement on Twitter for a little while, but it wasn't really excitement on the feeds. Come on, let's be honest. Give me a break. There was no excitement on the feeds because of the wall yeller. If there was, we didn't get to see it because the feeds were down for 4 hours. Anyways, doesn't matter. Whoever did it isn't going to be... they aren't going to hear me talk about this, so it really doesn't matter. Point is, I just don't do it. Don't do it at this point. Unless, of course, it helps somebody that I'm rooting for. But in this case, I'm not rooting for anybody. And so it was like, what's the point? What is the point? All right, enough rambling about that. That's the gist of what's going on, guys. I actually tweeted this afternoon. I said, you're bored with the feeds? Are you tired of it? Do you want to watch something else? Then by gosh, tune into Sequester. There is a Sequester Mini tonight. There's a Sequester Mini almost every single night. There is one tonight at 8 o'clock. You can watch people battle it out. Probably 20, it could be anywhere from 18 to 22 people will be battling it out in a Big Brother / Survivor style competition show with lots of twists and turns in it. And it'll start at 8 o'clock tonight and it will go till after midnight. So you got 4 hours of entertainment. Now, understand there are downtimes. But if you've got a computer and you want to check it out, you should. If you got nothing else to do. And I don't think anything is going to be going on in the live feed. So I have no shame in plugging Sequester tonight. Will I be watching it? Probably. Probably will watch Sequester once I check out the live feeds for a few minutes and see what's going on. Later in the evening. Will I Periscope about it? I don't know. I did that a few times, and I did it several times for a while there, but it's a bit of a chore to do, and I get like 15 or 16 or 17 people watching it with me, and it's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's a commitment then. Once I do that, then I'm committed. I can't walk away from it. And I'm not going to know anybody in this one. This one is supposedly all new people. No one that is playing tonight has ever played Sequester before, which should make it really interesting. If anybody's watched it and they paid attention to it, it'll be interesting to see. Plus, these people are all familiar with what are called orgs, online reality games. The org community is a whole bunch of people that play this stuff all the time. This is all they do, is they basically play games like Big Brother and Survivor online all the freaking time. They will play month-long ones, they will play night-long ones, they will play week-long ones. This is what they do for entertainment. And so this is a group of people who apparently are involved with one specific org that happens, one specific game that happens, and they're the ones that kind of help run it. And so now they're all going to play it, or play this version. So it sounds cool. It sounds like it could be fun to check out. So I'm definitely going to probably check it out. I don't know if I'll check it out right at 8, but just keep that in mind if you're interested. And one other thing, I will say one other thing for the women that listen to this and have thought about it. and have not bit the bullet on it. I know a couple have, not necessarily ones that people that listen to me, but people that see me tweet about it. I know at least a couple of women have signed up to play a sequester in part because of me talking about it or me tweeting about it. So I want to reach out to some of you who thought, oh, I don't want to do it or I couldn't do it. You know what? Maybe take the leap of faith. You don't have to say you're affiliated with me. You don't have to tell me you're doing it. You don't have to reveal who you are. If you have an online personality that's completely different than, your username is Jill went up the hill. I don't know. And that's your username on Twitter. Well, you can still, if your name is Mary, sign up as Mary. And sign up as Mary, become a patron, and then submit your application, and you will get to play in it. And frankly, you will have a big advantage because the women have a huge advantage, at least now with the current ratio of men to women. Only 4 women played on Saturday's mini. Only 4 women played, and I think at least 2, if not 3, made it to the top, made it to jury. That means they got to play almost the entire game. And then it actually was, I think it came down to the final 2 was man and woman, right? I don't remember now for sure. I've slept since then. But my point is you get the biggest bang for your buck because you will get cast to play if you sign up. If you apply, you are almost guaranteed to get cast to play. And I will also say this, you're more likely to get cast on a Saturday than on a Sunday, than on a Friday. I wish Audrey would start doing this and saying, apply for either night and I will cast you in one of the 2 nights. Now, there might be some people that say, and say if you can only play one night, I can only play Friday, fine. She'll only consider you for Friday. But if you say I can play either night, let Audrey make the decision on who plays which night and kind of mix up the cast and get more women playing on the Saturday. Because Saturday always seems to be lean on women. There were 7, I think, on Friday and only 4 on Saturday. Now, granted, that's 11. She could have had 5 and 6. It still wouldn't have been much better. But I'm just saying, if you have any interest at all, go do it. You can be anonymous. You'll be on camera and people will see you. But you do not have to reveal your normal online personality. You can just be, this could be your new persona. You're going to be on camera. You will be seen and you'll be heard. But you can drift right back off if you don't have a good time. You can slink right back off into the ether and never be heard from again. Just do it as a one-time thing. If it turns out you have a good time, then you know what? Then you give your regular Twitter account and you can talk with people and you can, if that's suddenly you're now's a name with a face. But you don't have to do it. Don't be scared. Give it a try. There is no judgment on the community that plays this, does not judge people on looks, on, anything. There is nothing. I've never seen people judging, saying, "Wow, that's a goofy-looking person," or "That's a," and I don't mean to say that any of you think you are, but I know everyone's self-conscious. I mean, I'm certainly self-conscious. I got tagged as the old guy. That is the worst thing anybody said about me on Sequester. Is he's the old guy? And guess what? I am the old guy. I don't know if it's still the case, but at least the time I played, I was the oldest male to play Sequester Mini. So, you know what? Give it a try. I would tell all the guys listening to this to give it a try too, but frankly, you're going to have a much harder time getting on. But you're welcome to apply. It's just going to be tougher. But hey, give it a shot. It doesn't. I mean, what does it hurt to try? It's going to cost you at most, at the least you have to pay to get on is $3 a month. Sign up as a patron for $3 a month. And you can spend $3 a month trying to get cast. Women, you're going to get cast almost immediately, if not immediately. Men, I don't know. I know lots of guys who have tried several times and not made it, so I don't want to set your hopes up that you're going to get cast right away. I don't know what Audrey's formula is or how she determines it. She says she doesn't look at videos before she does the casting, so I'm just not sure how she decides on that particular thing. But I know that women, you always have a good chance. All right, I've talked enough about Sequester. I am almost at where I can start doing a Periscope, so I'm going to sign off. I'm going to post this and then I'm going to turn right around and do a Periscope for the rest of the drive home. All right, so those of you that you heard this after you saw me on Periscope, hi, thanks for tuning into my Periscope. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow with very little Big Brother news, because I doubt anything's going to happen. Now, secretly, what I hope is that something amazing is going to happen, and I'll have a lot to talk about, because that's what I always do when I say nothing's going to happen. You think, oh, something big's going to happen. But frankly, I can't even imagine what could happen that would change things. I just cannot. Christmas would have to have a full-blown meltdown to the point where everyone wants to get rid of her. And I think she's going to get a bit paranoid. I can see that and get a bit worried. But I don't think anything's going to change. I think Kaysar's going home on Thursday. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for listening, and thanks to those of you that listen to the commercials afterwards. It's appreciated. Get a few pennies thrown my way. That's cool. All right.